There's a chemical reaction that happens when you sear a steak or toast bread, that browning, that caramelization. Now imagine that same reaction happening slowly, year after year, inside your own body, to your tendons, to your joints, to the tissues around your nerves. It stiffens them, traps them, and turns them into a source of pain. This is one of the quiet engines of aging and chronic pain, and I'm going to show you how it works. I'm Dr. Padda. We've talked about the chaos of blood sugar swings. Now I want to show you what chronic high sugar leaves behind, a kind of permanent damage with a fitting name, Advanced Glycation End-Products, or AGEs. And once you understand them, a lot of just getting older pain starts to make sense. Here's the reaction. When there's excess sugar in your bloodstream over long periods, that sugar starts chemically bonding to the proteins in your tissues, a process called glycation. The end results of that process are advanced glycation end products. Think of it like sugar gumming up and hardening the proteins it sticks to. And it sticks to some of the most important structural proteins you have, especially collagen, which is the scaffolding of your tendons, your ligaments, your joints, and the connective tissue throughout your body. The pioneering work of researchers like Dr. Anthony Cerami and Dr. Helen Vlasara mapped how central this process is to diabetic complications and to aging itself. Now, why does this hurt? Healthy collagen is supple and elastic. It glides and flexes. When AGEs build up, that collagen becomes stiff, cross-linked, and brittle. Tissues lose their elasticity. And here's where it becomes pain. As the connective tissue around your nerve stiffens and loses its give, it can compress and trap nerves, contributing to nerve entrapment syndromes, the kind of pinched, burning, radiating pain so many people suffer from. The tissue that's supposed to cushion and allow movement instead becomes a rigid vice. Stiff glycated tissue is also more prone to injury and slower to heal. And it's not just mechanical. AGEs interact with a specific receptor on your cells, fittingly abbreviated RAGE, and when they do, they switch on inflammatory and oxidative stress pathways. So AGEs hit you twice. They physically stiffen and entrap your tissues, and they chemically drive the same inflammation and oxidative stress we've been tracking through this entire series. It's a compounding form of damage, and it accumulates silently over years of elevated blood sugar. The science of AGEs is well established, especially in the context of diabetes and aging. We understand how they cross-link collagen and stiffen tissue. We understand the age-rage inflammatory axis, and we increasingly recognize their contribution to musculoskeletal pain, reduced tissue elasticity, and impaired healing. Critically, AGE formation is driven by diet and blood sugar, which means it's something we can slow and in some respects work to reverse the downstream consequences of. So if you've been told your stiffness and pain are just a normal part of getting older, I want to offer a more empowering truth. A lot of what we dismiss as aging is actually accumulated metabolic damage, like glycation, that's heavily influenced by diet and blood sugar. That means it's not a fixed sentence written by your birthday. It's a process you can slow down. Two people the same age can have wildly different tissue quality depending on their metabolic history. You have more say in this than you've been told. So here's our approach. First, we shut down ongoing AGE formation by getting your blood sugar and insulin under control. The same metabolic foundation we keep returning to because it's that central. We reduce the dietary sources of preformed AGEs, which are concentrated in heavily processed and high-heat cooked foods. And then we bring in our regenerative therapies, designed to support the repair and renewal of the very connective tissue that glycation has stiffened and damaged. Helping restore elasticity and relieve the entrapment that's been pressing on your nerves. We stop the gumming up and we help rebuild what was damaged. Your tissues don't have to keep stiffening into pain. When we slow the glycation and support real repair, supple, healthy tissue becomes possible again. If your pain comes with stiffness that everyone wrote off as age, let's take a closer look. Go to painmd.tv and take the first step. I'm Dr. Padda. Aging and decline are not the same thing.